hackers! Hello, interwebs, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2. My name's SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
Last episode, we discovered, Lotta saw or heard the murder, supposed murder, and she had a picture as well. So we used that, and it turns out that the elevator, or that lift, goes down to the PIC meeting room, which is interesting. I thought that was very interesting that it was there, so that makes me wonder, It
makes you wonder,
It makes, I don't want to say it, because I don't want people to confirm or deny it, so.
Oh, no, you're like me then. Yeah, perfectly understandable.
Yeah, so. Alright, Francisca's logic. Oh, yeah, she came over because she's like, you can't do this anymore because you're not a prosecutor. But we're like, screw you. We're Edgeworth. So now we're going to listen to her logic.
Sounds good.
Alright. The victim used her keycard and entered this room with the culprit. Then the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra, killing her. Shouldn't the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? Of course, the crime scene was right here in this room, where the PIC meeting room. The proof is the bloodstain we found here in the meeting room. That settles it, Miles Edgeworth. Miss Von Karma seems really confident, doesn't she?
Ah, I see. She's a fiery one, isn't she?
Dope. Ray.
I don't mind a feisty cutie. She's I totally cut myself off really early, but so how about an introductory hug?
That actually worked because when you did that, that's when she whipped him.
Oh, perfect.
How repulsive. Well, Miles Edgeworth, can you break my logic? If you truly have no intention of stopping here, prove it to me with evidence.
Very well. I'll show you, Francisca. The evidence that paves my path. Jeez, they're really nailing that subtitle, the prosecutor's path. They just
Yep. Alright, so I'm guessing we don't press, we just pretty much have to present. So what new evidence did we get? We had the costume trunk, the blood stain, and Lotta's testimony, and that picture. And the conductor's clothes. So let's see. The victim used her key card and entered the room with this culprit. And the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra, killing her. Shouldn't the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? Okay, that one kind of... Hold on. Okay, the victim's letter.
Excuse me. So sorry.
You right there?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm burping. I haven't eaten since like 12.
Oh my gosh. Okay, of course, the crime scene was right here. Oh no, the crime scene is not here. That's right. Okay, so I think this is where we present the blood on hidden lift, because a blood stain was found on the hidden lift. Blood seems to have dripped down to the floor below. So it seems like she must have been killed on the lift, and then they tossed her body on the floor.
Okay, but which statement were you looking into?
Oh, of course the crime scene was right here in this room, the PIC meeting room.
Go one more.
Oh, the proof is in the bloodstain we found here in the meeting room. That settles it.
Shut up. You had definitely had the right idea. Just a matter of like, I think.
Where?
Yeah, the emphasis on bloodstain. It's like, oh, well, right. Here. Okay.
Got it. Okay. Present.
There we go. Could you stop this stupid finger wag and just say what the hell you gotta say? Take 5 seconds of our damn lives. Damn.
Jeez, you alright?
Yeah.
You okay there?
Yeah. I think I'm getting hangry.
That's how you really feel. Yeah, you probably are hangry.
Speaking like a certain somebody.
Look, I'll admit, I get hangry a lot.
It's a perfectly normal human thing. Because it's like you're hungry, you're irritable. All you think about stuffing your face is something, and people be too stupid nowadays.
People be too stupid.
Yeah, like me.
Oh god. Okay.
If memory serves me correctly, the blood in the meeting room was found in front of the statue of Lady Justice, was it not?
To murder someone before Lady Justice, this culprit knows no fear.
I wonder about that. Have a look at this piece of evidence. Blood was found in the storeroom right above the meeting room. As you can see, there are signs that it has dripped down onto the floor below. And right under the hidden lift is...
The statue of Lady Justice!
Then you understand. The murder did not take place here. The killer murdered the victim in the storeroom and then moved the body to this room. What Lady Justice witnessed was a coward trying to conceal their crime, and not the moment of the murder. She's smiling?
Pardon me, I just remembered a conversation quite similar to this one. As I expected, Miles Edgeworth. Such naivete couldn't possibly be an act.
Just how is Mr. Edgeworth naive? Youch!
Have you forgotten, or are you just playing the foolish fool? The amount of blood in the meeting room is clearly greater than the storeroom.
Please don't just hit me and then ignore me, yow!
Such a large amount of blood couldn't have simply dripped from the floor above. And even if it had, there should have been much more blood left behind in the storeroom. The murder could not have occurred anywhere other than this meeting room.
You're as predictable as always, Francisca.
What?
The difference is the amount of blood is just as the difference in the amount of blood is just as you say. The question is, why does such a difference exist?
That issue is trivial. I've already explained it with my perfect logic.
In that case, how do you explain the blood that was found in the storeroom? I don't suppose you're going to tell me that that it somehow sprayed all the way up there. Like a water fountain? No way!
Get out of here.
Exactly. It's impossible. In other words, the reason for the difference in the amount of blood is... The amount of blood in the meeting room and the storeroom are different because...
The weapon was pulled out here. Because didn't we mention that when we first saw it?
Mention what exactly?
Like, because we saw, like, the 3 holes. We're like, oh, she must have got stabbed. And we're like, but that's a lot of blood. And then we were like, well, if they pulled it out, I mean, that makes sense if all the blood kind of spilled out.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense then.
Okay, the weapon was pulled out here.
Excuse me. The victim died of a stab wound. Naturally, there would be a significant amount of blood loss.
That's obvious just from looking at the bloodstain.
But that's so weird!
Can you get the F out of here?
That's rude. Oh, I didn't get a chance to even read.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Silence, you third-rate prosecutor!
But I'm the best! Yeah! Do you know when you lose the most blood after getting stabbed with a sharp object?
Ah, I know! It's when the sharp object is pulled out, right?
Precisely. After being stabbed with a candelabra, the body was moved to the meeting room. And then, the murder weapon was pulled right here in this very room. That would account for the difference in the amount of blood that was left behind.
I mean, that would make sense why there's blood in that box. I mean, they left the murder weapon in there. But why would the culprit go through all that trouble?
Most likely to give the impression that the murder occurred in the meeting room. It seems that Miss Crane's keycard was used last night. But based on the time of use, it must have been a ploy by the culprit to mislead us. In all likelihood, it was the culprit who used the keycard to enter the meeting room.
Why would the culprit have needed to do that?
Perhaps they feared that the storeroom would be found out during the investigation? If they were involved in the auction, they would not have wanted it to become public.
The auction, you say?
Perhaps you should go upstairs and see for yourself what items are on display. I'm sure that will allow you to understand what occurred here.
Impressive, Miles Edgeworth. You're willing to go that far to protect her.
There's something big lurking behind the scenes of this case. Case simply got caught up in it.
You're exaggerating.
Am I now? More than anyone, I would think you'd understand the significance behind all this. Why would you, a prosecutor working with Interpol, be involved in a domestic case? Was it your objective to crush a certain international smuggling ring? And if your search for smuggled goods has led you here, then isn't this feeling I have related to this case?
I'm relieved. You haven't lost your touch even though you've turned in your badge. That was like, what, 30 minutes ago in the game?
Pretty much.
Girl. Stupid. Anyway, I've heard about your situation from Scruffy over there.
Sorry, sir. I just wanted to help out somehow. A wise decision, Detective. Huh?
Aww.
Francisca, are you the one in charge of this case? Isn't Interpol pursuing the black market auction?
And what if I am? That's not something you need to know.
So you knew about all this from the very beginning? You knew the black market auction was being held? Right here.
Uh-oh. Cut! Lotta! Hey, mind if I butt in? About that gal who turned up dead. Yo! Hey, I ain't done talking yet. Hey! You ain't changed a lick. This case doesn't need even a fragment of your faulty testimony. What are you saying? I'm a bona fide out! Back then, you gave false testimony.
So passionate.
I know. Miss Von Karma seems to really dislike Lotta.
I can't say she's fond of her.
Ain't that Crane gal one of them PIC members? She's the spitting image of the conductor. I reckon she's... Ouch! She hit me again. What is the meaning of this? Answer me, Miles Edgeworth.
It's like you're pouting. She hit me again, damn it.
Well, she's making the face.
From Miss Hart's testimony, we obtained a description of what the conductor was wearing, and it matches what the victim, Jill Crane, was wearing.
You mean to say the one who was murdered was the conductor?
Miss Von Karma, maybe you should call.
It would seem that a new fact has just been brought to light. Indeed, I came here in pursuit of the black market auction in order to arrest the organizer of the event. In other words, the conductor.
If we believe Miss Hart's testimony, then the conductor is already dead. Wouldn't this mean that your investigation has ended in vain?
That's right. However, I swear on my name that I will not return empty-handed. I challenge you, Miles Edgeworth.
A challenge is fine, but why is she readying her whip like she's out for a victim of her own?
Oh, again? Okay.
Oh? Yeah?
Francisco's Logic Part 2. The sequel.
Bum bum. It's not as good as the first.
I want a movie that's a sequel, and that's the subline. And it's not as good as the first.
And watch it be the best thing ever.
Oh god, alright. I will concede your argument. The matter occurred in the storeroom, correct? That would mean the culprit is someone who participated in the auction. If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor and the culprit was a customer. The culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered. Then they stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra in the storeroom. That is all. I trust you have no objections.
Unfortunately, that is not the case, because there's a hole in your testimony.
As As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I didn't notice anything at all. Well then, please settle this with one blow.
Yes, of course. Watch as I crush her logic.
Oh, jeez.
Why do they kind of remind me of, what's that dude's name from Yu-Gi-Oh? Kaiba.
Oh, Seto Kaiba?
Yeah, it's like, watch as I do this. It's like...
Watch as I bring your life points down to 0.
Boop. That stupid noise. Because, you know, at the end, it's like, boop. To signify whatever the points are now. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Alright, let's... Oh, the murder occurred in the storm, correct. That would mean the culprit is someone who participated in the auction. That photographer is correct. The victim was the first conductor and the culprit was a customer. The culprit waited for the victim. I don't know, maybe... I really think they probably changed her clothes to make it seem like she was the conductor.
Hmm.
Because people do that. The culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered. Then they stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra in the storeroom. Okay, I'm kind of like, the culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered.
Okay.
I don't think they waited, because what did Lotta say? Hold on. Lotta's testimony about the secret touch, but the black market auction is being held entirely. 11 people attended the event, each of them wearing a mask. The auction continued after Jill Crane's murder. Oh, no, that's not it. The culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered.
I mean, if you're still unsure, we can always press.
Okay, I want to... Because it felt like it said we could destroy her logic in one blow.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, there's also no penalty for pressing in most cases anyway.
Yet. Jeez. Okay, yeah, let's press on this one. The culprit waited for the victim in the store.
As I know a lot of people say, oh, I wish they pressed on this or they presented that. It's like, if we did that, then the LP would be twice as long.
Yeah.
So, trust us, guys.
I mean, I can always go back or watch somebody, you know, do all that, but I like, personally for me, I like getting through the story because I just like to do it. I want to know what happens.
Right. And, like, for me, it depends on the game. For something like this, I like getting to the point. Now, if it's like an open world exploration game, then... Poof.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I basically do everything besides the main quest. So...
hashtag God of War.
God of War, Assassin's Creed, Mad Max, Grand Theft Auto, it's...
Everything. Alright, sorry, let's go.
Miss Hart was in the storeroom at the time. Could the culprit really have been waiting there?
Objection! I don't know where she was hiding, but since you've seen it, you must know as well. There are numerous hiding places in that storeroom.
So the culprit was hiding while they waited for the victim to arrive?
I believe the crime occurred after the auction ended. After all, the victim was the organizer of the auction, the conductor. During the auction, the organizer would have to be in front of the customers the entire time.
After the auction ended? Please add that statement to your testimony.
I believe the crime occurred after... Oh, wait, no, because that's Lotta's testimony, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah, because she says the auction continued even after Jill Crane's murder.
Present.
Present! Girl!
And the damn shrug, too. Same thing. They're like wagging his damn finger, or shrugging his shoulder, shaking his head. He has to be pompous and a smug bastard about it. We all love Edgeworth.
It's Edgeworth.
I know. But come on.
But it's Edgeworth.
I know.
My little poopsie bear.
Oh, boy. As I thought, you are one step behind.
What did you say?
The victim was not the conductor, and I have proof. Ms. Hart's testimony.
That photographer. I keep wanting to say photographer. Oh god. That photographer's testimony is not trustworthy. What are y'all saying? I'm a bona fide journal owl! Cease your idle chatter. Yeah! Oh! I don't know what that was.
Something. Franziska, calm down and listen. Miss Hart witnessed a part of the murder. The main point here is that after witnessing the murder, she says the auction continued.
That's right. Sure as can be, they all just kept going on shamelessly.
Do you think the auction could have continued without someone conducting it? If the victim was not the conductor, the person killed must have been a customer.
No!
As I said from the beginning, Kay is not the culprit. After all, she herself was attacked by someone and lost consciousness. In which case, that would also make her a victim. If the auction continued after the incident occurred... Yes, the victim was not the conductor, but a customer.
Oh, okay.
Ah, I forgot about her.
That's enough.
That voice.
Order in the court. The chairman will now enter. Oh, God.
I forgot what voice I don't care. My, no need to be so stiff. Actually, feel free to call me Blaze. Well then, Blaze, what brings you here? Huh? Well, I just wanted to see if my idiot son was working hard is all. Is this kind of father-son relationship really healthy?
No.
No, not at all. I'd come to light a fire under you, but it seems I found an unexpected bonus. The thing that the criminal who has become the talk of the town would be here, of all places.
Everyone, restrain the suspect at once.
Please wait. Kay Faraday is not a... Silence!
Okay.
Ah!
You are not a good person.
This is quite troubling, Edgeworth. Didn't I tell you earlier? The PIC desires a swift resolution to this case.
But why?
If it's not, we could lose our trust of the public. They call us a waste of time committee. You know, it's troubling for me as well, that sort of thing. And at my age too.
And on top of that, an illegal investigation is not something I can overlook. Have you forgotten? You are no longer a prosecutor. You have lost all your authority. Furthermore, you have aided a criminal in evading the law.
Yes, that's right. You're so reliable, Courtney. I'm aware of the consequences of my actions. You may punish me as you wish. However, we have found a new suspect. It's the person pictured here. Kay Faraday was attacked by this person and...
God, there is no need for your explanation. Just recently, a red raincoat was discovered in the vicinity of this building. The victim's blood and cherry blossom petals were found on the hood.
Cherry blossom petals? Now that you mention it, on the viewing platform.
Yes, they probably stuck on due to the blood. They were littered around the bloodstain.
And we've received a forensic report on the blood, you know. There's no doubt about it. The person in that photo is a victim, Jill Crane. What did you say? Well, that's odd. Impossible! That would completely destroy the foundations of our logic. We had believed the person in the red raincoat was a culprit. And now it turns out that person is actually the murder victim. Wait, if that's the case, then the prime suspect would be...
Miss Faraday, you met a person in a red raincoat on the rooftop, did you not? Yes, I did, but... The person in the red raincoat was the murder victim, and Kay Faraday came into contact with that person. Since one of the parties is now dead, what happens next should be clear.
Kay was attacked by that person. As a victim, it would be impossible for her to be the culprit.
Is there no evidence she was attacked? Is there? Furthermore, we must consider the possibility that the victim fought back.
It's far too early to come to that conclusion. Kay is not the criminal.
You're wrong.
Kay?
That's wrong, even though I don't want to believe it myself. After hearing about the raincoat, I finally remembered. I only remember a little, but from what I saw that night, the culprit is me. Final Fantasy music. I remember looking down at the person in the raincoat. Mr. Edgeworth, it was me! The culprit was me all along!
That can't be right!
Then why? Then why do I have that memory? That person collapsed before my eyes, engulfed in a pool of blood. Why didn't I do anything? It must have been because I killed her.
God!
No, okay, you should have... Dang it. Oh, it is clear to me the validity of Kay Faraday's memory.
Didn't you doubt it up until just now, pal?
Congratulations, Miss Faraday. Your courage will surely allow you to be forgiven. Now, let us rejoice in the blessings of the Goddess of Law. Francisca, help! Allow me to give my opinion as an international prosecutor. Her actions as a criminal are... Hurry, arrest Kay Faraday at once! How dare you behave this way before me?
You're being too forceful. Further verification is necessary. I'd even go as far to say this is unlawful.
Unfortunately, the law does not side with you.
It sides with me, you see. But you know, the beautiful bond between you two has been etched deeply into my heart.
Dude, this is intense. That reminds me, we seem to have forgotten one additional suspect.
Edgeworth. That's you.
Excuse me, what?
What's that? What's that, pal? Miss Edgeworth hasn't done anything wrong. I beg to differ.
I just realized he has, like, abs.
Well, damn. Yes, he does. Make me feel like crap now.
That makes me wonder, though.
That's right. You see, he's no longer a prosecutor, sadly enough.
Uh-oh. Your actions have gone too far this time. An illegal investigation and assisting in the escape of a criminal. I cannot even think of you as a former prosecutor. Now humbly accept your punishment.
Oh, yes, that's right. I believe the plan for today was to hold your hearing before the PIC. Why don't we leave the hearing for tomorrow? Even though the result is already crystal clear. You should think long and hard about what you've done. Very long. And very hard.
Court is now adjourned. No! Somebody object! Dang it!
Nope.
That is some boo-boo, man.
That is some boo-boo indeed.
Golly! Oh, that makes me so mad. Freaking... They twisted Kay into making her think she'd... Oh, I think I know what happened. That person probably collapsed due to loss of blood because they got stabbed and they're like, help me! Oh my god, I'm dead. I don't know.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
Alright, whatever. I'm mad. Alright, in the next episode, we'll continue this and hopefully get down to business.
To defeat the Huns?
I knew you were going to say that.
You know I always have to.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so very much for watching, and if no one's told you that they love you today, we do.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye!